We are live. All right. Give it about 15 seconds because I know some people have to watch an ad. Yeah, this shit ain't free. We're back for Thursday. I gave out some early stuff. And of course the Astros are losing to Kansas City. Why wouldn't they be? I did Pirates first 5. They're tied. No, I did Pirates full game, I think. I got to open up DraftKings. I forget what I even bet.
You did Pirates first 5, Cincinnati, Pittsburgh over, Philly minus 1.5.
I took Cincinnati, Pittsburgh over?
Yeah.
Oh, I remember because Minor versus Contreras. Shit. All right. Well, fuck that. Moving on. So Prop Beaver on his 3rd consecutive losing day elected to take a day off. He wanted to gather his thoughts, and we'll give him his space. You can probably see him in the background of my screen. He's actually producing the show today. Hold on, let me get out of the way. There you go. There he is. He'll be back. He's just having a rough go at it. A lot of bad beats for the Beaver yesterday.
Can I say something really quick? Just for everybody out there, it's fun to make fun of Beaver every once in a while like we do and stuff, but he puts in a lot of work. I assure you guys it will turn around for him. I assure you guys that.
I personally think he doesn't put in enough work. I think he's a subpar. No, in his defense, a lot of bad beats. Like that first 5 under in Miami, like you gotta be kidding me with that. Anyway,
for those that don't know, it was a hit batter that cost him that, and then a drop ball and then they dropped a ball in the outfield as well. That was essentially a can of corn. I mean, it was bad. It was bad.
It's a rough beat, and he had a couple of those. The Aaron Nola one, under 2.5 earned runs given up. Dude gave up runs 2 and 3 in the 8th. Like, what is he even still doing in there? Fucking.
And it was only because Odubel Herrera has no idea how to track a fly ball.
Or hit a ball. He screwed one of my hit parlays up, and he had like great numbers.
I don't know why he's still in the Phillies lineup. I mean, I can't tell if it's because his defense, his offense, his instincts.
They think he's awesome because they're scumbags.
I like Sean's tweet yesterday was like, if you take Kyle Schwarber off the Phillies lineup, they become the Oakland Athletics. Yo, do you have the comments up?
Yeah, no, right now, my bad.
It's Beaver's first time producing, so we'll cut him some slack there. We're cutting Beaver slack all over the place here. But as soon as he gets, let's go ahead and start with the first game. And Toast, why don't you kick us off with Beaver? You have Washington at Philly up. That's not the first game, is it?
Yeah, they play at 4:00.
Why do I have the first? Oh, that's why. Okay. Yep. Go ahead.
I'm actually going to use this as one of my passes. I didn't really do a lot for this game. I didn't really want to get involved with the way that these teams have been playing, to be dead honest with you.
Pass.
So,
taken right out of the Beavers playbook. He hits us with a pass. Sean Redden, do you have a play on this one?
Yeah, I got 2 plays. It's going to be no passes for me today. I'm not Ben Simmons. I got to play for every game.
There you go.
I'm taking the Phillies on the money line. I bet it earlier today at minus 178. Falter, I don't think actually looked that bad versus a loaded Cardinals lineup in his previous start. Nationals lineup is not up to par with the Cardinals. I expect a good start here at a Falter at home. And then the Nationals pitcher, Adon or Aiden, I don't know how to pronounce it. Phillies roughed him up the last time they faced him. And with the Phillies losing how they lost last night, I'm ready to back them here. I'm laying a full unit on the money line, minus the 178. And then I'm also going to throw a half unit on the Phillies, minus 1.5 at plus 104. I got that at as well. I think the bats show up today. And Odubel Herrera is not in center field today, so I feel comfortable about the defense.
All right, cool. I'm in complete agreement in this one. That pitcher for Washington is I thought it was Adon, but I really don't know how to pronounce it either. This dude is just a fade machine. He's I believe his record is 1-11. The Nationals in his starts this year are 1-12. And of those 12 losses, 11 of them have come by 3 or more runs. So the Nationals aren't just losing this dude's starts. They're getting the shit beat out of them. And then you have a Phillies lineup who they've been scoring runs, even though they're a little shaky, and obviously they're missing Bryce Harper. But that lineup, I feel like you can usually rely on to put some runs on the board. you got a Phillies team that's humiliated after an embarrassing loss. Who loses to Washington? I think it's a perfect spot for them to beat the hell out of the Nationals. I'm on the Phillies run line also. Phillies -1.5. I got it at -110. Is that what you said? Plus 104? Oh, even better.
Yeah, I bet it at
Plus
noon.
105. I'll play the over for a half a unit. How's that? Especially looking at the weather is really good. If you take a look at Ballpark Pal, really good weather, plus 15%, plus 6% runs in general. And then if you take a look also at the series history in these two games, or these two teams, 11-0, 9-3, 8-7, 10-1, 7-6, 12-6, lots of overs, lots of good days. Give me a half unit on the over 9.5.
So Toast takes over 9.5 for a half unit. And Beaver, go back to mine because I want that plus 104. I'm not paying -110 if Sean gets plus 104. Give me that plus 104. And I'm putting 0.75 units on that. All right. So let Beaver type these in. He's doing
You
a lot
boys
better.
better hope those Philly bats come to play today. I'm going to be mad.
I mean, how many runs do you really expect Washington to score? 3? Like we just
In our group chat yesterday, though, what did I say? I said the Phillies scored 11 last night or the night before. I said, so I will not be surprised if they get shut out today. And that was yesterday, and they looked like shit.
I just saw the comment. I like the first 5. Not really. I mean, I looked at it, but I believe the first 5 run line wasn't even great value. I don't. You know what? I do have it. I have. I can open it up right here and tell you what it was. But I think the reason I stayed away from the Phillies' first 5 run line was because it was just crazy expensive.
Yeah, it's -120.
Yeah, -120 delay a run. Meanwhile, I would rather get the extra innings. I think the Phillies will score, so I'd rather just take the extra innings. I don't think the -1.5 is going to be a problem. And I never lay -1.5 at home. So for me to do that just tells the whole story of how I feel. All right, Prop Beaver, want to shoot us over to game 2? Remember, picks 2 and game 2. You got to change both and then click the arrow. There you go. All right, Angels on the road in Baltimore. Sean, you want to start us off here?
Yeah, I'm taking the Orioles here. Lyle's numbers aren't great, but he actually has a sub-3 ERA at home, and the Orioles are just playing way better baseball than the Angels at the moment. I know the Angels won last night and finally scored some runs, but I can't back this lineup to do it again. So I'm going to take the Orioles here at a small price. I got them at -112. You can give it a -112. And I took that for a half unit.
Cool. I'll go second because I'm kind of in the same spot. I'm on Baltimore too. I made the huge mistake of jumping off the Orioles train, the train that I've been loving riding. I jumped off it last night and took Texas. I mean, the Orioles bats came out flat like I thought they would. I just expected Texas to score more than 1 run. I was wrong there.
Give it up for Mr. Watkins, bro. He fucking shut up last night.
Spencer Watkins. I feel like he may have watched our show and heard the disrespectful tone in my voice. Yeah, he came to play. So today I'm on Baltimore money line -112. Same as Sean. Put me down for 0.75 units there. And I have a second bet. I'm taking the full game under 9 at -120 for a half unit. Like Sean said, I'm a little worried about Jordan Lyles because if you look at his numbers on the season, he's been a beast at home. But if you look a little closer and look at his last couple home starts, I mean, he got rocked by Washington. He got rocked at home against Seattle as well. So even though the numbers show he's been a beast at home, his last 2 home starts weren't great. So I'm a little worried, but I take pride in the fact that the Angels bats are so pitiful that even with, they put up 5 runs last night, even with those numbers added on, the Angels are still dead last in the MLB in the last week OPS. And like by far, they're 439 as a team. That's so pitiful. Baltimore money line -110.75, under 9 -120.5. Toast, what do you think?
I am actually on a different side than you guys. I think my connection's a little bad, so I'm going to talk slow, but I'm actually going to take the Angels in the first 5 on the money line at minus 110 for 0.75 units. Here's why. You talked about Jordan Lyle's struggles on at home. Well, he's also had a lot of struggles against this Angels lineup. His last 2 starts against them, 7 innings pitched, over 13 runs against. Like you talked about, they didn't look that great yesterday. So after a nice big come from behind win, I think they might be able to catch them sleeping a little bit. So like I said, I'm going to take the Angels in the first 5. I'm going to go against the public and everything else and see where we get with it.
That is, I mean, I did notice that 89% of the public is on Baltimore. I can't say I didn't notice that, but I just couldn't. And even yesterday, there's part of me like, okay, they scored 5 runs yesterday, the Angels. Maybe they're turning it around. But those 5 runs, that was the Miami game. Those were like some bullshit runs. So yeah, I had to take Baltimore, but I did see that it's heavy public on Baltimore. So if you're a strict fade the public guy, you might want to glance at Angels here. I just couldn't bring myself to do it. All right,
pull a page out of your playbook, my friend.
AJ put up next game. Marlins at Mets.
I'll go.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, we're taking the fish in the first 5 on the money line for a half unit at plus 140 or whatever it is. Honestly, not only have the fish played really well against the Mets, this is a bad spot for the Mets. They played extra innings in Cincinnati last night. Now they got to come back home. Obviously, I know Miami traveled, but they stayed on that East Coast time zone. Like I said, Miami has really had a lot of success. Trevor Williams is not a guy I can get behind. And Castano has actually pitched pretty well his last few starts. So I'm getting a big plus price with the team that's comfortable playing in Citi Field. I'm taking the fish tonight in the first 5.
It's plus 140. You might want to put just Miami, MIA, instead of Marlins, safe space. But yeah, I completely agree with the reasons why you took that. I had it written down and I ended up deleting it. Just because the Marlins lineup, and your boy's still out, right, Jazz Chisholm? And, I mean, the last 3 games, 2 runs, 3 runs. I don't know how much I trust that lineup, even against the Mets' shaky starting pitcher, I believe, which is Trevor Williams, right, starting?
Yeah.
Yeah. So even against him, I still don't trust the lineup enough to bet him on the first 5. So what I ended up doing, and I feel like a sucker because I've done this. I keep doing this. The under, but it keeps. I'm at 5-1.
I actually like it. No, I was just going to say I bet you an under's coming because the Mets. I mean, they scored a whole bunch of runs in the 10th inning yesterday, but they've done nothing essentially in Cincinnati. So I feel you 100%.
Yeah, and Beaver, I'm on the full game under 8. It's at minus 105. You can put 0.75 units on that. And the other thing I mentioned is, I mean, this is just a narrative that we've all become familiar with now. The Mets are trash at hitting lefties, and they have been for some time. Dude pitching for the Marlins is Daniel Castano. Doesn't have great numbers, but he is a lefty, so he'll probably have a great outing against the Mets today. I feel like the safest bet, under 8, minus 105.75 units. Where are you at, Sean?
I'm on the same wavelength as you. I'm on the under 8 full game as well. I'm doing that for a full unit. Castano has pitched really well. And then, like you said, the Mets bats have been really struggling. They did get a win yesterday and finally got some runs on the board. But same thing as I said with the Angels, I can't just get off the train just off of one game. And then the Marlins lineup is a team that, while Trevor Williams isn't very good, the Marlins are going to be missing Soler and Jazz Chisholm, I believe. So I can't trust this lineup with those 2 bats missing I think the Marlins would have to score 6 or 7 for us to hit this over.
Damn, doesn't think too strongly of the Mets. But yeah, we're on the same page. So, Beaver, why don't you go ahead and skip us over to the next one?
And just in the comments, the Angels don't got to win today. They just got to have a lead through 5.
The Angels. Yeah, you took the money line, right? Yep. I'll go first on this one. It's Yankees at Red Sox. So obviously, Yankees-Red Sox, huge rivalry game. Beaver was actually the one, because Beaver was here all day when I was capping these, and he was like, why don't you look at Garrett Cole's numbers against the Red Sox as a Yankee? And I don't like doing that. I'm like the type of person that's like, if this happened 2-3 months ago, it's almost irrelevant. But these numbers tell a story, man. This dude just hasn't been great against the Red Sox. Check this out. So I did last year and this year. In his 6 starts against Boston, he's got a 5.79 ERA in the 6 starts against Boston. 5.79 with a 1.57 whip. I mean, how can I bet the Yankees at that high price with a pitcher that just can't seem to get the Red Sox out? I don't know if it's the big stage. Yankees and Red Sox is always national TV, always huge TV ratings. I don't know what it is, because I like Garrett Cole. I'm not a Garrett Cole hater. But if he's not going to be, if Garrett Cole's going to even, like, say 5 innings, 3 runs, like a decent start, I don't know if I can back the Yankees at that price. So I decided to keep the bullpen out of it because the Yankees bullpen has been much better than Boston. I'm sticking with the first 5, and my bets are Boston first 5 plus a half run at -107. Put that down for a half unit, Beaver. And I also took the first 5 over 4.5. That's at -110. And I'll put a half unit on that as well, because as much as the numbers say Boston hits Garrett Cole, the Yankees also hit the shit out of the Red Sox no matter who's pitching. That guy was Winkowski's pitching tonight. He's actually got good numbers, but it's the Yankees against the Red Sox. So I feel like there's going to be fireworks. So yeah, first 5 over and Boston first 5 getting a half run. Toast, why don't you go first? So second.
I'm on the same wavelength as you, man, but I didn't take no half a run. I took the Red Sox on the money line at +140 for a half a unit. I'm also taking the Red Sox first 5 team total over 1.5 at -130 for a half a unit as well. Yo, like I had up on the screen before, when this guy comes out, Cole gets scared, and that's what happens in Boston, man. And look, you touched on it. He has horrible numbers against Boston. Boston might have been sleeping a little bit against Tampa, but they're getting Rafi Devers back in the lineup today. Yankees haven't actually looked that great. I understand they won 16-0 yesterday, but 8 of those runs were off a position player or whatnot. They played well. We cashed, but single-digit hits in like 7 of 8 games, something crazy like that. So it's not like the offense is killing the ball either. So absolutely, I'm all over Boston in the first 5 today.
You said Boston first 5 team total over 1.5, right?
Correct.
All right, cool. That's what I thought. All right, Sean, are you with us in the fading the Yanks in the first 5?
Absolutely. I'm not taking the first 5 though. I'm taking the full game. I got the Red Sox for a full unit +1.5 for the full game. I'm also going to be on the Red Sox money line at this price. I have to sprinkle it. For a half unit, give me the Red Sox money line +145. Then I'm also going to do a half unit on the full game over 9.5 because I'm in agreement with you. It's Yankees, Red Sox. There's going to be fireworks.
Yep. All right.
So that +1.5 is -115.
Yep, that's what I was just going to tell him. +1.5 is -115. He put a full unit. No, -115. Then he took the money line, which is currently at
145.
140. Damn, I might have to sprinkle a little of that myself on the side.
And he also said over 9.
And then over 9. Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying there hasn't been crazy low-scoring defensive.
Also, I want to point out, not the best spot for the Yankees. Obviously, they're kind of spot-proof in a way, but they did have a rain out yesterday, so it pushed their game back even later. So just a weird spot for the Yankees traveling.
Ooh, I like that. All right, let's move on to the next game. I believe it's Cardinals Braves, right? Oh no, Pirates Reds is next. No, that's game 2. I didn't cap this one because it's game 2 of a doubleheader. Did anyone have?
I actually didn't either.
Yeah, so screw that. Next game, Cardinals at Braves. I'm gonna start here. So I was close to passing on this. I was looking. I cashed on the under in this game the last 2 days, I believe. So part of me wanted to play the under to go for 3 in a row. But with this pitching matchup, all right. So I channeled my inner prop beaver here. You ready for this bet? I took Liberator, whatever you say the pitcher's name, over 5.5 hits allowed at +128. Put a half unit on that. In his last 3 road starts, this dude has allowed 6 hits, 7 hits, 6 hits. 6 hits. Not to mention, Atlanta's been solid against lefties all season. Now, in the last 2 weeks, they're only 17th against lefties, so they're not particularly hot against left-handed pitching right now. But the lineup as a whole has been pretty decent against lefties all year. And this guy on the road is just a pitching machine. This isn't going to make the VIP ticket. It's not one of my favorite bets. I'm not kicking the door down to tell everyone to tail. but I will be doing Liberator over 5.5 hits at plus 128 for a halfie. Sean, why don't you go second?
Yeah, one of my favorite bets of the day is actually, I know like you just spelled out, Liberator has been getting rocked, especially his last start versus the Phillies. Didn't even in the second inning. But my favorite bet is the under 9 here in this game. Both of these lineups just has been consistently hitting this under all series. Like you just said, you've cashed multiple times on it. But then also I'm going to sprinkle a half unit on the Cardinals money line at plus 205. If you're going to give me plus 200 with a lineup like the Cardinals, I have to take it.
Toast and Beaver. Yo, but Toast and Beaver's been getting. You just put that pick for Toast. Those are Sean's. So just do a cut and paste.
Well, I'll say what Kyle's about to say. I've been losing on the Cardinals the last couple of days, thinking that same line. And that's fine with me. I don't bet baseball to play 2-day periods. I bet baseball 162. So if you continue to give me this type of team at this type of price, I'm going to take it. I did not play the money line today, but I did play pretty decent personally. The St. Louis Cardinals team total over 3.5 at minus 115 today. Shake your head all you want, but look, the bottom line is this Cardinals team has a lot of guys that can smash right-handed hitting. Nolan Arenado, 895 OPS against right-handed hitting, or right-handed pitching. Not to mention Goldschmidt, Gorman, Pujols has been hitting the ball well. Sosa, Juan Yepes, 868 OPS against right-handed pitching. So again, this lineup isn't going to stay down forever. So again, I will Cardinals set 0.75 Beaver.
0.75 and. How much did you put on the under, Sean? Beaver missed it.
1 full unit.
Ooh, a full unit on the under. I cashed 2 days in a row on this under. It's just this pitching matchup.
My thought process is if I'm going to win this Cardinals bet, then Liberator is going to pitch better than expectation, which leads to an under.
It's hard to believe the Cardinals win a shootout. I get it. But, I mean, the Cardinals lineup does have potential.
Also, just generally handicapping this game, regardless of how good the Striders look, he shouldn't be a minus 245 favorite.
Prop Beaver said that same thing when he got here, when we were looking through the games. He said that he can't rely on this dude for minus 245, even though he has 2 good starts in a row, but then like there's starts where he gets rocked, so it's tough on a minus 245. All right, take us to the next one, Mr. Beaver. Who's fading the Tigers right now? Not I, said Sauce. Give me that. I know. So, all right. So, first up, if you found this stat, you might be auto betting the White Sox. Ready for this? In Dylan Cease's career, he has never once lost to Detroit. The White Sox are 11-0 in the 11 games Dylan Cease has started against the Tigers. Yeah, never once lost. So, here's why I'm betting the Tigers. All right. So, first of all, I'm taking.
He's only went past 5 innings once, though.
Yeah, but I mean, he's 10-0.
Sorry,
he's 10-0. Chicago's 11-0. Right? Isn't that what you said, Beaver? Yep. All right. So, my bet though, Detroit plus 1.5 minus 105. So we don't even need to win here. And the bet is very simple. I'm riding the Tigers' bats. This team has hit their team total over in 7 of their last 10. Their team total over has hit 4 of their last 5 road games. The team is just the Tigers lineup is just over exceeding expectations. It seems like day in and day out. I maybe going a little bit of nostalgia here from how many times I cashed on the Tigers last year. But there's something about that dark blue and orange that just resonates in my heart, and I feel confident putting my money on them on the run line, getting a run and a half. The White Sox lineup is obviously streaky. It's tough to make a call on them, which is why I'm also betting. So Detroit plus 1.5 minus 105, I'm going 0.75 units. I'm also betting 0.75 units, so I'm putting 1.5 in this game on the over 8 at minus 105. So I think we see a lot of runs scored because Bo Brisk, let's face it, he has fallen off a cliff. I don't trust him. So I think the White Sox are going to score some runs too. And I think Dylan Cease gets put down for a nap by this sizzling hot Detroit Tigers lineup. Let's go. Big D. Toast, why don't you go second?
That run line's plus 105 now, just so you know.
Give me that plus, Beaver. I want that plus.
Give him that plus. Come on now.
Plus.
Absolutely, Dylan Cease has been dominant over this Tigers lineup. I don't really care. I think the best bet for me in this game is Tigers team total over 2.5 at -135. I'm going to take it for 0.75 units. They are a team that I trust, and very similar to the Royals last night, which we hit in the first inning, by the way. This is a very low number at a great price, and this team has hit that total 9 of their last 10 games. They've scored 28 runs in their series against Cleveland. So again, also you talk about Dylan Cease's numbers against the Tigers. All that is true, but he's only went through the 5th inning once in all those starts. Chicago's played an extra inning game 2 out of the last 3 days. That bullpen's taxed a little bit. So yeah, give me those Tigers with those runs, baby. Let's go.
Let's go. Are you with us, Sean?
I am not with you, but there is a chance that we all cash every bet. Like Toast said, Cease has only went past the 5th inning once versus this Tigers team. He's pitched 2 starts versus the Tigers this year. 10 innings total, only 2 earned runs. So I'm going to back this White Sox lineup that's getting healthy with Cease. I'm going to take the White Sox -0.5 run for the first 5 innings. Got it at -155. I'm not going to lay the heavy juice on -252, but I do like the White Sox for the first 5.
First 5 run line at -155. How much you putting on that?
Half unit.
Half unit. A little light ski. But yeah, he's right. Technically, we can all cash. So let's root for that. All right. So that's good there. Let's move on to the next one. I like that game a lot. I'm going to be watching that one. Oh, this is, speaking of good games, division rivalry here, Giants at Padres. Sean, why don't you start us off here?
I'll be honest, I don't love the play in this game. I expect it to be a good game. Part of me wanted to take the Giants at the plus money on the money line. But again, I just can't get back a team that has one good day in a week. Musgrove, I think, is the better pitcher, and I think San Diego has been struggling just as much as San Fran. But they're due a little bit. I'm taking Musgrove here, -140. Padres on the money line for a half unit.
-140, half unit. Toast, do you want to go second and I'll close it up? I think me and Toast spoke briefly, and I think we're both on the same side here.
Yeah, I'm actually going to take the Giants here with Logan Webb on the money line at +120 or 125, excuse me, for a half a unit. And listen, I think that Joe Musgrove is really good. There's no question about it, especially coming off back-to-back starts. I do expect something well, but I do think that Logan Webb has pitched very well himself. His game against the White Sox, he gave up some runs, but if you watch the game, it was like Jock Peterson let a ball go right over his head. Then Logan Webb tripped on the bag going to first. That's 5 runs right there. Again, he's been pitching pretty damn well. He has really good history against the Padres. His last time out this year, obviously they faced him. He went 8 innings, only gave up a run. That's positive for me. In 2002, they hit him a little bit, but this is not the same Padres lineup that was last year, especially with all these guys out. Obviously, Manny's back, but he hasn't been hitting that well. So obviously the Giants got some late inning heroics last night, but that's the type of thing that I'm kind of looking forward to see if we can catch lightning in a bottle here at a big plus price.
In the exact same boat. Mark me down for the Giants money line, Beaver. I have it at +125 too, so I guess it must have changed from when Beaver wrote these earlier. It's a nickel. Put 0.75 on it because the more I look at it, the more I like it. Everyone's on San Diego here, and I mean, all right. So my theory here is both these teams are slumping, but the Giants slump is just more notable. Like everyone seems to know about it. 3-7 of the last 10, actually 3-10 of the last 13, I should say. The Giants are not playing good baseball. They're not really scoring runs, but this is their ace. Logan Webb's their guy against Musgrove. So we have ace versus ace. Something people aren't talking about as much. The Padres are 2-8 in their last 10 themselves. Yeah, they played the Dodgers 4 times. They have probably had a little bit of a stronger schedule than the Giants, but the Padres aren't playing good baseball either. And those bats are also struggling. So the idea that the Giants are the struggling team and the Padres should roll them, I'm not really on board. I think this is 2 teams that are pretty similar. Without Tatis, I think these teams are pretty similar talent-wise, probably slight edge to San Diego, both with their aces. And I think the Giants have a little more of a chip on their shoulder. I really wanted to play the under, but that shit's at 6.5.
Same thing. That was my first thought, and I can't play an under 6.5.
No way. And then I was like, okay, first 5 under. That's at 3.5 at -125 juice. Like, hell no. So my favorite bet: Giants money line at +125, straight up 0.75 units. All right. How many games left? Rockies at D-backs. Toast, why don't you start us off with this one?
Let's see what I pull my notes up really quick. Oh yeah, Rockies D-backs. I like the Rockies first 5 team total over 2.5 at -115 for 0.75 units, and then I like the over 9.5 at -105 for 0.75 units as well. These two teams just saw each other. There were 17 runs. Arizona now is obviously not as good as Coors, but is pretty damn well as far as hitting conditions. And both teams have just been hitting well. Obviously the Rockies haven't been against the Dodgers, but that's against the Dodgers. So they smashed lefties pretty damn well. So with Keuchel on the mound, you don't really have to worry about much. So I like a lot of runs tonight in the desert.
Yo. He said Rockies first 5 team total over 2.5, and he said over full game, which is at, I'll tell you right now, 9.5. Yeah, from 9.5 looks like for -105. Yep. Okay.
-105.
So I have 2 different bets than Toast, but we're on the exact same page. I'm going to start with the riskier bet. I'm going to take the first 5 over 5.5 at +110. I know 5.5 is a lot for a first 5, but this is a lefty-lefty matchup. The Rockies crush lefties. It's Dallas Keuchel. Austin Gomber also sucks. You mean to tell me you can't see both of these guys letting up 3 runs? I think it might be 5-4 after 5 innings. I like a lot of runs, like Toast said. I stuck with the first 5 because I like that plus money. My second bet,
I didn't see that.
Another first 5 bet. I just took the Rockies on the money line at -118. I like the Rockies a little more than Arizona in this spot, but the Rockies' recent bullpen numbers scare the shit out of me. So I thought the safer play, not the run line, just the money line. So if it ends up being like a 4-4 tie, I'll take a push. I like a lot of runs here. Oh, and also, one thing, I wrote down this little note here. If I cash this Rockies first 5 money line, right, I will probably live bet the Arizona Diamondbacks. Just letting everyone know, I probably will do that because the Rockies bullpen has been so bad. The dead last in the MLB in hard hit ball percentage over the past 2 weeks. So if I cast this Rockies first 5 money line bet, I'm probably going to jump back and live bet Arizona. I'll probably tweet about it. So Sean, take it away.
Yeah, I'm pretty much on the same thought process as you guys. I'm on the over 9.5 for a full unit. Gomber hasn't been good. Dallas Keuchel's hot ass. So I think there's going to be a lot of runs. And then at this small price, I really think that Dallas Keuchel is like a bottom 2 pitcher in the MLB. I'm going to take the Rockies at only -115 here for a half unit as well.
Yo, he called them hot ass. And yeah, exactly. And Keuchel against the Rockies, who have been top 5 against lefties all season.
Not to mention, we just saw this literally same matchup the last week.
And the Rockies crushed Keuchel, right?
Yeah.
This should be a session of home run derby, if you will. So yeah, we're pretty much all on this. Yo, check this out. We're all on the same page, but of our 6 bets, 5 of them are different. So we found a way to just bet the same thing all different ways.
I like the Rockies. I was worried about the bullpen after what I saw last night too, so I got scared off.
Yep. Next game, Dodgers are next.
Meow.
Cubs at Dodgers. I wanted to bet the Cubs so bad. Let's let Sean start this one. I wanted to bet it, but go ahead, Sean.
This is really simple for me. The pitching matchup is astronomical in this game. The difference between Leiter and Tony Gonsolin. I'm taking the Dodgers -1.5. I got it at -130, and I'm taking that for 2.5 units.
2.5 units. I took a second to register. I was like, did he say 2.5?
It was the quickest bet I've made today too.
Oh my god!
I mean, I'm pretty much the same way, but yeah.
I mean, it's kind of hard to disagree with it. But go ahead.
Go ahead.
What do you think?
Is that it? Okay, cool. That's like the major meow lock of the week, like right there, because Tony the Cat Gonsolin doesn't lose, guys. He just doesn't lose. 10-0 on the year. Has a no decision that they won as well. Look, it is same thing for me. Dodgers -1.5, -130 for a unit and a half. Again, I've played this. I call him Tony the Rent Payer Gonsolin because I make a huge bet on the Dodgers every single time this guy pitches. To Sauce's point, though, if it was any other pitcher on the Dodgers, I'd be playing the Cubs money line today, just because of how well the Cubs have been playing and whatnot. But there's no way in hell that I can not fade Tony Gonsolin right now. So it's Dodgers. I will die on that hill.
All right, so I'm the only one that didn't take the Dodgers. I didn't bet the Cubs though. So what I did, obviously Tony Gonsolin pitching, so you can chalk up 6 or 7 scoreless runs, scoreless innings for the Cubs right now. I think Mark Leiter Jr. is a little sneaky. No, he's not great, and he has even worse numbers on the road, but it's not really him I'm worried about. It's the fact that the Dodgers lineup hasn't looked like the Dodgers lineup recently, so that just had me hesitant to play such a huge price. So the bet, my favorite in the last 4 games, Dodgers 2 runs, 5 runs, 5 runs, 2 runs. Now again, 4 games, whatever, but they just haven't looked quite the same. I think this first 5 under 4.5 at -110 will cash. I'm going to put a 0.75 units on it. Basically, I think if the Dodgers are held to 4 or less runs, that hits because I don't think the Cubs are scoring. So I like that. And then I have a same game parlay here. I didn't actually write this down, but I have it right here. Dodgers money line and an alternate total. So you ready, Beaver? SGP, Dodgers money line under 10.5 is at -105. So this total's at 8, I think. Let me check. I think it's at 8, so I teased it up to 10.5. I just can't see how many runs do you think the Cubs are going to score on Tony Gonsolin in Los Angeles?
Okay, here I'll give you an example. The last 4 times these teams have played: 7-1 Dodgers, 6-2 Dodgers, 7-0 Dodgers, 7-1 Dodgers.
So yeah, they all stayed under 10.5.
There you go.
So I like that. I'm actually going to add that. Put a half unit on that for him, Beaver. The SGP, Dodgers money line and under 10.5 an alternate total. I like it. I like it. I like it. All right. And I believe that's our last game, right?
Jays Mariners. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Duh. Nope. I got it right here.
Do we have a line for that yet by chance?
Oh, that's right. I wrote undecided next to it.
The Blue Jays didn't have a pitcher listed.
Let me see if that's changed. No, it's still not even up on DraftKings.
That's what I was saying. Like, I don't even see it. Beaver, what's it say on Odds Jam? Is there a consensus or something?
I'm seeing Blue Jays -136.
Yeah, on Action Network, it's saying C. Lawrence is starting for Toronto.
Interesting.
Yeah, so it looks like it's up around -140, -136, -141. So in that range, it looks like DraftKings is the only one that doesn't have it up. Actually, I'm seeing it everywhere else. So, I didn't prepare for this one. I don't even have any notes written because there was no pitcher at the time. I will say that Toronto is scaring the bejesus out of me recently. What's going on with them, Toast? If you had to summarize what's going on with the Toronto Blue Jays in 4 sentences.
I honestly, they can't hit the ball consistently with runners in scoring position. Yeah, I mean, it's so up and down with them. I honestly, guys, Marco Gonzalez, I can talk a little bit about this game. Marco Gonzalez is a guy that I have circled as a play on for me. Him and Logan Gilbert, I was stupid to fade Logan Gilbert the other day and take the Padres. I felt dumb about that. But him and Logan Gilbert have been fantastic. If you take a look at Marco Gonzalez's last 2 starts against Toronto, 13 innings pitched, only 2 runs given up. So I don't know how well Toronto's hitting left-handed pitching at the moment, but I can't imagine it being that great. Yeah, I would be looking to play Seattle at a plus price, probably for a half a unit. I don't really love the spot, having to come home after me being in San Diego, but this team is really hot right now. It's kind of hard, especially with Marco on the mound, guys. Marco's pitched very well the last month and a half, 2 months. He hasn't had a start where he's given up more than 3 runs since 6-4. So it's been a while.
Uh-huh. I mean, that sounds good, that Mariners plus money, but I'm just gonna. I feel like I'm allowed to take a pass here because there was no pitcher, right?
I don't even. Yeah.
I'm taking a pass. I didn't do any notes. What are you typing? Are you kidding me? From the dude who took the day off.
Coward.
From the dude who took the day off because he mentally couldn't handle another episode. Yeah, so give me the pass. No, screw it. I want to see the Mariners running line for a half unit. Take that shit off. I can't even stand seeing it next to my face. No, money line.
I can't even stand seeing it next to my face.
So put a half unit on. I'll just tail toast with that. Marcos Gonzalez, I always like betting on him. Sneaky little lefty. Sean, I mean, I'm assuming you don't have notes for this one either, right?
I actually wrote 2 things down. I put no pitcher for Jays, bats dead, Seattle half unit plus 116.
All right. Bats dead. All right, all of us on the same page there. So I'll give 1 parlay out. I have 3, but I'll give 1 out for the show. Toast, do you want to give your hit parlay out first?
Yeah, no problem.
I got a parlay as well for today. Parlay.
All 3 of them. I actually did it. All 3 of them are in that Padres Giants game. It's going to be Jock Peterson, Brandon Crawford, and Jerickson Profar. Just really quickly, Jock Peterson in 14 plate appearances against Joe Musgrove, slashing 500, 571 with a 1.333 OPS with 2 dingers. Brandon Crawford, 18 plate appearances. I'll just give you the 933 OPS with a dinger. Profar in 11 plate appearances, 750 OPS. So all 3 of those together is plus 250.
Plus 250. All right. And you and Beaver both hit your hit parlays last night.
I just want to say, is Toast the only guy in America that would take a hit parlay in a game with an under at 6.5?
Maybe. All he needs is 3. Sean, why doesn't Parlay Paulie come out and give us his parlay?
Yeah, I was trying to get a wig for the episode, but I couldn't get one in time. But no, I got the Phillies minus 1.5, the Dodgers minus 1.5, and then the Mets Marlins under 8, and that's gonna pay plus 618 on a 3-legger.
Phillies minus 1.5, Dodgers minus 1.5. Damn, that's a lot. That's a high payout for that. The Phillies will blow it though. No, I mean I have the Phillies run line, so I don't know why I'm talking shit. So my parlay is just a 2-legger, 2 dogs. I think they both win. Or have a very good chance to, I'd say. 2 legs, plus 451. Red Sox money line, Giants money line. Give me that plus 451. I didn't call this one sweet. Red Sox money line, Giants money line, plus 451.
You don't have to type this down, but just for everybody watching, right before the show, I played Red Sox plus 1.5, Giants plus 1.5, Tigers plus 1.5, all together at 484.
Solid. All right, so that was the show. I appreciate everyone tuning in, and hopefully, can we have a get well soon for Prop Beaver, who's over here producing the show? He's done a hell of a job. Actually, he really did do a good job. All the picks got typed in. That's not easy to do. I have to do that every day. It sucks to do. So he actually did a good job. Tomorrow, this is important. So tomorrow, we're doing a live show. I'm in a charity golf event. So I'm going to be joining from my phone on the course. So Toast and Beaver will really be carrying the show. And, Sean, I'm going to set up a 4-man screen. I won't have time to do it for tomorrow. That way you can jump in for some 4-man episodes in the future. But, yeah, so tomorrow I'll be joining from the golf course. I'm going to cap all the games. I'll have it all ready. But Beaver and Toast will be the ones carrying the show with all the notes and stuff tomorrow. So Thanks everyone for joining, and have a good day. And Beaver up where you took go live in Google Chrome. You now hit end stream. There you go.
At least there's no